Hey you guys, this is Jess with Sourceful Journey, back with another video. I wanted to do this quick, I wouldn't say it's a rant per se, but just more so, I guess you could say a reminder to those who are running certain businesses on TikTok. When it comes to seeking out certain content creators for their products, how they should go about doing so accordingly. And doing so in such a way where both parties are able to move forward in an amicable fashion, in a decent fashion. Let's talk about it. Now, this has nothing to do with any of the ones that I've actually reviewed as of past, as well as of recent, such as OQ Hair. Nothing at all. They have been phenomenal from beginning to end when it came to our interactions prior to me submitting that video, just sharing my honest thoughts about the hair that I received. But as for some of the other vendors who happen to be in that space that started sending replies out thereafter, I want to really speak with those individuals, and for any other future vendors who are considering reaching out to individuals such as myself when it comes to doing collabs. There are a few that went about it in such a respectful and professional way. Again, it's very critical that you understand how to market your brand. And if you are looking to get collabs done with individuals who you think could be a good potential match, there's a way you go about approaching it. From the perspective as, again, being one that's a content creator, I always think about when I see things like this, like what's a few, I'm not going to put their names out there, but I'm sure you guys are going to see in regards to the comment section who a few of those vendors may be. There's a way you go about conveying your message or getting individuals to consider doing a collab with you where you're not being too forward in terms of your response. So I won't name one in particular, but the way they went about getting the message out was, hey, I'm paraphrasing here, but it was more like a, hey, you know, if you're interested in collabing with us, send us a message. Run that by me again. Because the last time I checked, you were the one that contacted me. So of course, as you know, I'm not gonna respond to that. The appropriate thing to do, or would have been to do, I should say, would be for you to message me. Because after all, you contacted me. It wasn't the other way around. This is where you can tell which companies are truly thriving in certain spaces and which companies are not. You have to make sure when it comes to the business perspective, you have everything wrapped tight from all angles, even down to your marketing. So when it comes to asking for potential collabs that could more than likely work in your favor, right? When it comes to that, take note of what's working well for other vendors when it comes to popularity and how they're going about doing it, and apply it accordingly. Don't automatically assume that. Now, granted, there are going to be some content creators that'll probably jump for it. That'll probably be like, oh yeah, you know, let me go ahead and message them, even though they message you. But then there's some of those, like myself, who understand like, I didn't contact you, you contacted me. With that being said, the PSA, if you will, when it comes to this particular video, is directed towards some of those other vendors who fall into a certain space, such as, like, let's say the hair and beauty space, like OQ Hair, which again, phenomenal company, phenomenal. Maybe take a note from their book in terms of like what's working well for them, because obviously they got the formula down pat and they're doing something right. So let this be a lesson for those other companies who happen to be in the same space, as an example. Not just hair and beauty, but this could be for any other spaces that are out there. think twice in regards to your marketing. Think of it this way. If the shoe was on the other foot, how would you feel? I say this a lot in my videos when I do a lot of my life lesson talks with my viewers. If the shoe was on the other foot, how would you feel? How would you want to be approached, right? Any of us who came from a service space, like some of you guys know, if you look at my earlier videos, I told you I came from hospitality. One of the places I worked at was at the Trump in Chicago here, as an example. Service, when you're dealing with the public in some form or another, is what I'm trying to drive home here. Think of the type of experience that you want or the type of interaction you want and apply it accordingly when you're dealing with other people who are on the receiving end. Are you following me? And that is all for this quick video, you guys. Again, this wasn't like anything that was a lesson or a message for the masses as a whole, as I normally do in my other videos. This is more of a targeted response to those other vendors who fit into certain spaces when they're seeking out content creators to do collabs with when it pertains to their products or product, depending on if they have maybe one or more. There's a way you go about doing it, because you never know what type of individual you're coming across. There's some who don't have any business knowing, or when it comes to how to conduct themselves when it comes to a transaction. There's some who are on the end of being a free spirit or free for all and not really caring about the process itself. But then there's individuals like myself who not only have the business understanding when it comes to running my own businesses, but at the same time, who understands how to conduct themselves in such a way when it comes to those type of transactions, and what would be considered a do or don't when it comes to doing this type of interaction, such as like building towards a potential collab. Okay. And with that being said, I am very receptive to still speaking with other vendors. Not saying I'm completely shutting you guys out. The ones who made that misstep in my comment section under that one video, or I think it was under a few videos they left messages, I think, if I recall. So I got notifications on it. So I'm not saying that I'm completely shutting you guys out. I'll be willing to give you another chance to take another stab at it. But do so in a way, now having this in the back of your mind, like, okay, wait, this is one of those ones I might need to approach differently compared to how we've approached other content creators who are more on the loose end. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you haven't done so already, you guys. And I want to say also, welcome to all the newcomers who are joining my pages. I do see you guys trickling in, and I do appreciate you across all platforms. Consultations are still open. You can actually schedule a consultation with me through my link on my site here. If you happen to have any issues with scheduling a consultation off the calendar, just message me directly and I'll look at what times I have available, and we can then set up something that can work best for us both. With that being said, I'm sending you guys off with love and light, and I will see you in the next video. Be blessed, everyone.